Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Affinity Streaming Podcast. I'm Contrell, joined today by the crew, Charlie, Sarah, Riley. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Great.
Awesome. Good to see you. Today's movie is Elemental 2023, rated PG, runtime of 1 hour, 41 minutes. Spoilers are ahead. But first, I ask you guys to follow us on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We are at Affinity Streaming Podcast. All right. Elementals, directed by Peter Sun for Disney, starring Leah Lewis as Ember. 74 critics, 93 audience, 6.5 on Film Affinity. And Riley, as the hot-tempered person of the group, why don't you tell us what you thought about this movie?
I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty good. In general, I usually like Disney Pixar's movies. There's been some okay ones lately, but this one I thought was pretty decent. It wasn't my favorite, but overall was a good story. It was something a little bit different. I feel like it brought in some interesting like viewpoints, like having all the different elements and they're kind of all like separated into their place, and yeah, you want to bring people together. So I thought it was a good overall idea and like message behind the movie.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Like, I think it's one of my top nows because yeah, like I think it's very new like concept of like bringing elements, and I like the main character a lot, Amber, and the visuals, of course, they were like very good. I miss a little bit like the story about like earth and wind or air, whatever you want to say it. Just that they focus a lot in fire and water, like how they live and everything. But the storyline, I liked it. Like they moved and they had to start in a new place that was like very like difficult for them. And yeah, I have to say it made me cry twice. I will say when, but yeah, maybe, I don't know, I was sensitive when I was watching it. So I think, yeah, the message, of course, was always like Disney is trying and Pixar is trying to make that point. So I think that was like so well like suited and done. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, no, not really.
No? Why not? Why
Of
not?
course, I was. Look, it's not like a bad movie. It's like it's a nice movie, but it just doesn't. I can get into more detail later, but I don't feel like they really got into like the meat of their like characters very well. I think
That's
they spent
true.
like much. I think they spent way too much time on this like love story, and then kind of dropped a lot of like the other elements to the story.
Like what you
I
did
wish
there,
they
yeah.
kind of went into more. And then I do like that they are talking about the immigrant stuff and the immigrant story, but at the same time it was like really like on the nose. And then that kind of all those issues were just like, well, spoiler, they're kind of just, it looked like they're kind of just resolved at the end, like, oh, we did it, we defeated racism. Kind of, I don't know, it just felt a little too clean.
Yeah, I felt like we've seen this story before also.
Yeah, that too. It was like very basic, like forbidden love type thing.
Yeah, but still, like I feel like it was like I like it, like how they approach it. Even like I agree with you. I agree with you. Like too much like love story and less like other like points that they could like have touched about it, like especially like immigration and like how like everyone can merge like in a in a society. But yeah, like I felt like it was like nicely done. It was like, has to be simple. It's for children, you know?
It was cute. It was cute.
Yeah, it was cute. You don't think it was a little bit over kids' heads? Like the whole...
Some of it was, but like I feel like all kids stuff is actually like over kids' heads. Like I feel like in every kids movie there's like something the adults appreciate and something the kids like will enjoy and get out of it.
Yeah.
Like both, for sure. I feel like if you go back and you watch, like, there's movies that I watched as a kid that I've watched as an adult, and I was like, oh, whoa, like, did not realize that much messaging behind it.
Yeah, the message was cool, but it just, it was fine. So, Sarah, are you going to reveal the scenes that were emotionally?
I don't know why, but okay. The one that I first cried, it was the one that they were like close, like in that, like when everything, like at the end, that the flood was happening and
Yeah.
there were no escape to go, and it was so hard for Wade to to resist. So I felt like so like sweet and tender, and it was like, it's okay, like everything will be fine. And he was like, and that point like evaporating and everything was fine. And I felt like, oh my god, he was like that caring that he was fine with it. And yeah, I don't know, it made me cry. And the second time that it made me cry a lot, well, a lot, I don't know, 1 or 2 tears, it was like when they were like going to the city and like start their life, because she got the job as a glass shaper or something.
Yeah.
And she bowed to her dad, like as he did before, like, but he didn't have the approval and she did. So it's like I felt like, yeah, I maybe because I'm an immigrant and you kind of want the approval of your family like when you leave. I feel like that was a good gesture, like a good touch. I don't know, like you like bonding with the family, but at the same time, like you like trying to search like your life elsewhere. And yeah, it made me cry. I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
We should mention that Wade was played by Mamadou Atley. He's an actor who's been in a few things. He's 35 years old, which was I found interesting. Riley, did you have a favorite moment, scene that moved you? Anything?
The scene that I liked the most was there's two that's hard for me to pick between. When she goes over to Wade's place for dinner, and then they like it's like pretty like nice, good like family interaction, and they're all like amazed by her making like the glass thing. I thought that was like really cute. And then afterwards, where they play like the try not to cry game, and Wade like gets her to cry. I thought it was just like such like a sweet, like super nice moment. And the other one, because I can't pick between the two, the other one was when the mom brought them in to like test their love kind of thing. And then he's like, oh, wait a second, and like makes her light shine to be able to light the thing. And I was like, oh, that was like a nice like touch. That was well done.
Yeah, to make it work,
Yeah.
That was nice. Yeah.
Was that the scene you
like,
cried at,
the
Charlie?
symbolism's nice. Well, the symbolism of that is nice, I guess. That he can change himself to make it work, kind of thing. Like,
right?
But not incompatible. Yeah. I don't know, not really. It was all kind of like nice. It's not. I don't really have like a favorite. But yeah, about like it's like stuff like her being like an artist. Like I wish they kind of like made that like a bigger thing, kind of. And then there's things like I wish a bigger part of the story was her not wanting to work at the store. And like I feel like they could have showed that much better at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I feel like they threw that in at the end. Yeah.
Until literally she tells
Wade, yeah.
Literally until she tells him, I don't want to work there. That's like the first time it comes up, and it just always looks like she's excited. At the beginning, she's excited. Oh boy,
yeah, she's excited
it just
to
feels
take
weird.
over.
Like I feel like they could have shown that better. Have been her, like her dad's like, oh, you get to open up the shop tomorrow, and she's like, yay, like maybe she doesn't look so happy. Like she's kind of like, oh boy, like are you sure? Maybe not. Like some. Right. It is like she was encrypted.
I thought that was part of the story. I thought they would like she actually thought that's what she wanted, but then she realized like throughout the movie, like I mean in that moment, like because of Wade, what I'm doing, like maybe this isn't what I want. Actually, I thought that was like that she was realizing that in the movie.
Yeah, well, and I wish she realized it more over time and not just I don't want to work there. Now I realize it. Right.
Yeah, he could have said like she wanted to like work there because she wanted to give back what they're.
Yeah, like I get that. Really
but they never mentioned that until like like instead that she wasn't going against like what she already wanted. It looked like she wanted like to be in the story and be like the best.
Exactly. Like, and it looked like that was her dream. And I think, or like for example, it could have been like she keeps doing these like little art things, and people keep going like, "Wow, you're really good at this art stuff. You should consider making that a career."
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I'm really excited to work on this. And then there's something that kind of just pops up. It's like, oh, I need this. Well, they're not a white family, but that's what I imagine. I need these white people.
Oh,
I need these wealthy people to tell me what my dreams can actually be. It's like, oh, okay.
you're trained, Charles.
Wow. I didn't think of that, Charlie. Wow.
Well, I mean, they are basically okay. Well, they're like Asian-ish immigrant, and
if you
that's
look
a
at how
wealthy
it's
family in like New York. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes
it's very much like water is in charge.
water
Like,
runs the
itself-
show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the train is like splashing water everywhere, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were the first. They were the first wave. I liked that joke.
it was the first wave. Yeah, I liked how their names matched too, like Ember and Wade and Bernie.
Yeah,
That was pretty cute.
no,
So
no, actually, like was like all the sounds, but we couldn't make it. It was like, okay, you gotta go by Bernie. I love that one.
element too, because like you hear that a lot from immigrants where they're like, oh yeah, they couldn't pronounce my name, so they just now I'm John.
That's
Yeah.
exactly that's what happens. Yes.
Yeah,
so favorite characters? Do you want to go, Charlie?
yeah, sure. I don't know. I do like Ember. I like her character. I wish she was. Like I said, I think it's just very small little things, and I think it would have been a much stronger character. But I do like her overall.
Yeah,
I like the conflict
as
she
we
had.
mentioned, Leah Lewis, 26-year-old actress, played.
I like
Ember.
her mom. Like with all these like readings with the smoke and everything, she was like, I
Yeah,
smell something. Fluff? Where is
Was
it? And
the
it's all
mom-
the movies, church. Yeah.
was her name
Third-
Cinder? Was that her mom? The name? I think the mom was
I
Cinder, right?
So
Sheila, I think it's Sheila.
It should
the
I
mom.
don't know who else they're gonna
Yeah.
name Cinder in the movie.
Who's your favorite character, Riley?
My favorite was Wade. I just thought he was just like the most like genuine, like sweethearted, like kind of guy. And he's like, well, like, why not just try? Why not just see if can make it work? Like, you never know. I just thought he was like so genuine and I liked him a lot.
Yeah, I just have a problem with these movies. Maybe it's because I'm a dad and all these movies, like the Little Mermaid and this movie, are just like, hey, screw what your dad says. Come hang out with me because I'm cool. And it just that irks me. Wade was a little bit. He was cool at the beginning, but then he got a little bossy, like telling her what to do. Like let her
I
live
feel
her
like he
life.
was
Wade,
giving like a good push.
he's giving her
Meh.
a push.
Yeah,
listen-
like you were scared.
Hey, you know what? How about listen to your father? Your father knows best. Don't some guy you just met 2 weeks
That's
ago.
the message
All
of
right?
this podcast. Listen to your
Yeah.
father.
Listen to your father. That's right. I'm gonna say it every time.
But at least compared to the Little Mermaid, she didn't just fall in love because she saw him.
Right, that's true.
They
What was
did
the
that-
other movie we did that they just saw him and fell in love? I feel like we've seen that like 2 or 3 times already. But anyway, Ghost.
Get ghosted.
So would you have changed? We've already really discussed what we would have changed about the movie. I
Yeah.
guess I felt it was a little bit long-winded. I feel like some stuff could have been out long-winded. That's funny. 1 hour, 41 minutes. How was it, the timing and pacing for you, Sarah?
For me, it was good. I was like good. Like I didn't get bored, and yeah, 1.5 hours was it? Kind of. Then I
Hour
met
41, yeah.
whatever. I think it was pretty good. Like yeah, I liked it. What I didn't like is like the Ember's voice. Like the girl like has like needs to train the voice or was like sore or something. Because yeah, like I really hear like an airy voice, and it's me. I don't like airy voices. That's
Yeah, for a
all.
second, I thought it was Aquafina. She had this
Exactly,
grab-
because
yeah.
Aquafina, Miley Cyrus, all of these people has like these like rough voices that she's like so like light up. Like she's like for me, like I picture this character like so like a bright voice, like as she's bright, but the voice was so like tired, and it didn't match for me. So Yeah, I didn't like
I was
that at all.
surprised Disney went with relatively unknowns on this movie too.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
which
like
that
normally
part I
they
like.
go. You
Yeah.
like that part?
I like they did that, yes, because there's a lot of voice actors. They're so good, and just because they're not that famous or they're not like on screen, like they don't get the chance. So I like that they did that.
So, Charlie, are you interested in an Elemental 2?
No, not really.
I am.
You are?
I would do it like on wind or air and earth like theme now
I feel
instead
like-
of like both these two.
They like set it up well. Like I feel like this movie they didn't actually, like as Charlie said, like they didn't go like as deep as like maybe they could have with the characters and stuff. So like I actually feel like I want to see another one because I want them to go like a little deeper and like go more. Like it can still be them and like this story here, but as Sarah said, like bring in the other ones because yeah, like fire can affect, obviously the tree was like getting burnt, so you could have a lot more different dynamics happening. I think it would be interesting if they do it right, but they need to, yeah, it definitely could be like boring if they don't do it well. So
Yeah.
So, would you, in the end, recommend this movie to family and friends, Sarah?
I would like, yeah, I would like people that like Pixar. Yes, for sure. Yeah.
I would also recommend it. I think it's good. Like I thought it was a cute movie. I mean, yeah, we've seen this story before, but they brought a different dynamic to it. I mean, if you look at almost any like Disney Pixar movie, a lot have very
It's-
similar principles.
Mhm.
So bringing another side to it was like cool. It was something different, and yeah.
Charles?
Nah. I mean, it's like I don't know. For me, it's like one of the worst Pixar movies. I mean, because they generally just have good movies, and this one's just so mediocre.
But
So I
it's
don't
so
know.
difficult to level up, you know? It's like they're just doing the same thing but in different ways, which it's fine.
Yeah. But I mean, but they have so many that are good, and then they have. So I don't know. I think there's proof enough that you can keep making good movies. It's just this one's not one of them.
But some
So,
of the
Charlie-
ones recently were hard. Like what was the one that they did? It was like Red or something.
Yes.
And it was like it was worse than this.
Yeah. It was very okay.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I didn't see that
It
one
was
either.
hard recently.
That
to,
was
like,
the controversial one. That was
Yeah.
the one that stirred up
It was about-
controversy.
Because about periods and
It's because about periods, and
Asian.
we shouldn't teach kids about that stuff. So,
Okay.
Charlie, have you ever brought home a disapproving partner for your parents?
No.
Sarah
Did you?
Riley?
Did you?
Of course I have. Of course.
I didn't because they said like if you bring someone, it has to be like the final one. So it's like I didn't bring them just in case.
My parents would never disapprove of anyone.
Okay.
Hmm.
We'll have to ask. We'll have to ask them about that.
Yeah.
Hey, my dad will comment. I guarantee my dad will comment on the video, and then you'll know.
I will know. We'll be waiting for that comment.
It would be pretty rough guy for them to disapprove.
Yeah. This was a hard movie to recommend other works from the people in the movie, since some
Yeah.
of them were relatively unknown and I haven't seen a lot. But do you want to take a stab at it, Riley?
Yeah, I have one. The girl that played Gale, the Wind, her name is Wendy McClendon Covey. She was in Bridesmaids, which is one of the movies that cracks me up every single time I see it. So, yep. Enjoy that movie. It's hilarious, and that's my recommended.
Yeah.
Which movie?
In this
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids.
Oh, how do you spell that? Is it Overated? Overrated?
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Just
go ahead, Sarah.
appreciate fine art.
In this cast, I only recognize like Catherine O'Hara, and she did Home Alone. So Yeah, I loved
Correct.
Home Alone when I was a little kid. So yeah.
She was also in a great TV show, Schitt's Creek.
Oh,
Well, Riley, you already had your turn, so thanks for spoiling someone else's. Go ahead,
Ah.
Charlie. Excuse
I don't know
me?
if I can recommend his show because
Eddie
it's
Murphy.
kind of
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy? What?
Who
Joe.
Eddie Murphy voiced?
yeah, because it's
Because
not.
Eddie
He's
Murphy?
on-
What?
It says Eddie Murphy on the thing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
Really?
just Eddie Murphy,
does.
but not who voiced.
He was
maybe,
apparently some
maybe
random
he made
one.
a noise.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you
I
say
want to know
so,
what he did.
I don't
No.
see Eddie Murphy on my list. Maybe I don't
He's
know.
I
on
just
the
googled it.
Okay.
Yeah, go on the Google Cast and you'll see
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he must just be some random sound or something. That's really
Unless
funny.
it's like a
Interesting.
producer or something.
Yeah, could be.
All
It says
right.
cast.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't.
Since Riley stole my Schitt's Creek moment there from me, I'm gonna go back to Wendy, the Clinton Covey, who was also in an Adam Sandler movie called Blended with Drew Barrymore. I'm a big Adam Sandler movie person, so if you haven't seen that, check that out. Also,
Okay.
all right, guys. As you know, this is our 5th movie, and after 5 movie reviews, we like to give out 5 awards. So the last 5 movies we've done are Elemental, No Hard Feelings, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Asteroid City, and Joyride. So those 5 movies, Charlie, what was your favorite?
For me, it was probably the Spider-Man one. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. That one I was
And-
actually excited for the sequel for.
Nice.
Come on, I don't shit talk your movies.
I said nothing. I said nothing.
Actually,
You
I'm
said
gonna.
too much.
Actually, Spider-Man was my favorite also of the 5, so
oh
I'm with
my
you, Charlie.
goodness.
Riley, Sarah, go ahead. Favorite movie?
That's okay, Control. They like Bridesmaids.
I know, right?
I think which was before Joyride. What else?
Joyride, Asteroid City, Spider-Man, No Hard Feelings, Elemental.
True. Joyride.
Joyride's your favorite?
I think so. I
What in
enjoyed
the
it a
world?
lot.
What's wrong with you people?
What? It was a great comedy.
Let's hear
All right.
Riley's pick.
My favorite was No Hard Feelings because it just I mean, we didn't have a great 5 this time, being completely honest. Like, none of them were outstanding, but No Hard Feelings was good. Jennifer Lawrence was great in it, and it was funny, and it made me laugh a bunch. Overall, for the genre of movie, it was good.
All right, Charlie, best actor of the 5 movies.
Hmm. I don't know. I like Bryan Cranston, but I don't know if you call him the best actor. He's my favorite, though.
What was he in? What was Bryan Cranston in?
He was in Asteroid City. He was like the narrator guy.
Oh,
He
correct.
kept like popping in. I don't know. I don't know if you can call him the best actor because he was barely in that movie, but he's my favorite. That's
Bad
also
boy.
who I'm going to have dinner with too when you ask that. So
Bryan Cranston is who you're gonna have dinner with also.
yeah, because it's
Nice.
so cool.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna give mine to Jason Schwartzman as best actor, and I guess since we're doing dinner, I'll do dinner with J Law. That's Jennifer Lawrence. That's how the cool people say Jennifer Lawrence.
You strong? I thought you just lost articulation.
J Law.
Oh, really? I thought
Jennifer
you just made it
Lawrence.
up right now.
No, it is not. That's how the cool people say it.
Oh, wow.
Sarah
Wow.
and Sarah, your favorite
My
actor
favorite.
and dinner person.
I was like Stephanie Sue that was playing Kat in the Joyride. I like her a lot. And I would go to dinner with Jennifer Lawrence. I think it would be
Nice.
like so fun. Yeah. And unexpected night.
I think all the actors in Asteroid City did great. Like,
Yeah.
they did such a wonderful job, but honestly, none of them stood out to me because they were all doing great amongst each other. So I'm gonna pick Jennifer Lawrence for both because she enjoyed that role so much. I liked
did.
seeing her do it. And then, yeah, of course, I want to have dinner with her. We got a lot to talk about.
Yes, nice. All right, let's give our shout outs of the week. Also, while we're here, I'm going to give mine to a video game. I don't normally play video games, but
Oh my!
a new video game released recently called NBA 2K24, and I've just dabbled in it a little bit.
Oh, really? You have to tell us more about this. I haven't.
I will next time. We'll talk about it. Maybe we'll do a whole podcast on just my adventures in NBA 2K24.
Oh yeah,
so
sure.
Shout out to NBA 2K24. Go ahead, Charlie.
My shout out is to some brie cheese. I don't know, it's really good. I just had really good, you know.
It is really good.
Yeah,
I appreciate that shout out.
Shout out to cheese. Go ahead.
Brie cheese.
Brie cheese, not just cheese. That's to be brie. All right. Do you like eat it with a knife on a cracker, or how do you?
Oh yeah, I was
on a
cutting with a
sandwich
knife on a cracker. No, I was just eating it with crackers.
Oh, okay. Like Ritz crackers or like saltines?
No, these kind of like I don't know, this kind of like cracker.
Oh,
you know?
Fancy oval crackers.
Yeah, I get them at Costco.
Oh, excuse me. All right. Go ahead.
Shout out to Costco.
Shout out to Costco. Go ahead, Sarah.
My shout out goes to my parents. I miss them. So, hi.
Hi.
They will never like listen to that because they don't understand English. But yeah, as long as the movie was related to.
It's the thought that counts.
Oh yeah, right.
Hola. All right. Riley.
My shout out is going to Pixar for the one thing that we missed in this movie that I feel like we have to say because we're a podcast and we talk about movies. So there was a character at like the dinner named Lake, which is Pixar's first non-binary character that they've ever had in a movie. So shout out to Pixar for, being progressive with the times.
Yeah, but they didn't make it very they didn't point it a lot.
Point it out enough because I saw people talking oh, Pixar's having its first non-binary character, and I was watching the movie
where is it?
Where is it happening? So I feel like they didn't do enough, but
it's progress.
It's still a step in the direction.
I don't count that as a step. That's just for their PR team. It's just
I feel I did notice when they introduced, they say girlfriend, but I don't know. I don't remember seeing anything that it was banned anywhere, which was a good sign also too. But usually they ban those. They have one little scene and they ban the movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks guys for joining us.
Yeah.
We will see you next time when there's a small, never heard of movie that we're going to be doing called Barbie, starring Margot Robbie.
I can't wait.
You know how we feel about it.
Charlie, get ready. We're gonna all
right,
tear this movie up.
We're gonna all do the podcast together in person and play with Barbies.
No. Okay. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next time on the Affinity Streaming Network. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We have a whole network now. Cool.